Hey everyone, it's Erin Smith of the Starters Club, and today I'm doing just a little bit of a call out. All right, so I'm doing this way impromptu today because this one's been heavy on my mind and I just want to get it out. And I do a lot of what I do. The reason for my business is because I'm very saddened at the state of humans, what we allow to be okay, what we think we should be tolerating when really we shouldn't be. And I want to get this out because, as Eminem once said, right? We have one shot. We have one shot at life. And what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be scared? Are you going to be a victim of the circumstances of what happened? Or are you going to do something with you? No matter what we believe, nobody fully knows what happens to us after we die. So what are you going to do with this time that you have here? And I'll share a little story about myself. I'm always very transparent. But so I grew up with a crazy grandma, like crazy, mean, horrible grandma. She is still alive. I have nothing to do with her. But she was very mean. So she didn't like us. She didn't like my mother. She was my dad's mom. She didn't like my mother. So she always made sure to make my siblings and I and my mom feel like crap. Okay. And she always made sure to bring in the rest of the family to always make us feel like crap. So growing up, this affected me. Like I never felt like I belonged, and we were forced to be with this family all the time. They lived next door to us. How bad is that? And I just learned to close off. I called myself a 75%er. I don't know if any of you are like that, where I would go 75% in on things, but never 100. Because, if you go 100, you fall harder, right? You can fail. If you're 75, you really can't, you don't have that margin of error, I guess. And it was just safer. And finally, it was in my 30s where I really had to have a come to Jesus with myself. The therapist helped me through this when he sat there and he's like, this was not normal the way you grew up. But I finally had to sit and say, I'm letting a crazy ass woman dictate my life. I'm letting a woman who's never going to be happy a day in her life, a woman whose joy is by putting others down. This is the woman who's dictating my one shot here on earth. And I said no more. And I finally made commitments to go 100% in and learn to accept that in relationships, in my work, in everything. And, I have a friend who's probably one of the most brilliant people I know. And in the second grade, she had a teacher tell her she was stupid and she got held back. This has subconsciously affected her always. And we were sitting down and I said, and I'm not saying this to be mean by any means. I'm not trying to put others down, but I sat down with her and I'm like, here's the deal. You don't even know who this woman is. Like, she could be the dumbest person in the world. She could have sat and gotten highs off putting other kids down. Like that was her power trip, was by telling second graders they're stupid. You have no idea. Yet this is the person robbing the world of your brilliance and your intelligence because you're scared to put yourself out there because of what they've done to you. And we all have had those circumstances. There's something, maybe it's what's in your life right now, that's holding us back and really robbing us from greatness and robbing us from living our purpose and robbing us from being truly fulfilled. And you have two choices. You become a victim of that and you ruin your shot here on earth. And it's just a mediocre life, which I'm sorry, I'm not going there. Or you say, you know what? I'm going to use this to make me better and I'm going to rise above it. And, I was talking to someone, this really hit home to me. So I was talking to someone the other day and she was completely justifying how happy she was in her job. So she works a corporate job. She used to work from home and now the job is making her drive into the office every day. On a good day, it's an hour commute. On a bad day, it can go from an hour and a half to 2 hours one way. Now she's like, yeah, it's nice. I get to see people. And she also has a 2-year-old daughter at home. Now, I'm not making this about should you be a working mom, should you not be a working mom, because obviously I believe there should be some sort of outlet. This is about driving 2 hours every day on a good day to a job that you probably hate. I believe the statistic is 87% of Americans are miserable in their job. I'm going to go on a limb and say she's not one of the 13%. And I did the calculations. And so 2 hours, that's good traffic. We're going to go on good traffic 5 days a week, comes to 3 weeks a year, you're missing out on awake time with your kid for a job that you hate. Now, if you were driving to fulfill a purpose and your joy, that's a different ballgame. But for a company that you hate, that you're a number to them, so they'll can you at any point. And if over 18 years, you've lost a year of your kid's life, a year, sitting in traffic for a job you hate. And it's sad to me that we've become a state where that's okay. We won't take a chance on ourselves because all that, only certain people make entrepreneurship or so many fail. I could probably tell you a lot of why most people fail is because they don't go all in, or they're not, they're not making the best decisions in their business, or they don't stick around long enough. Like, you can't look at why people fail and say you apply to that, because it's not true. And you've got to take a chance on yourself. You've got to reevaluate what you feel is okay. And you've got to reevaluate at who is affecting and dictating your life. And you need to make a decision that you're better than that and you deserve more. And I don't care what, I've had every excuse thrown at me anytime. Well, Erin, you just don't understand because for a while I didn't understand because I didn't have kids. Well, now I understand. And even if I have 2 kids, it's I don't understand because I don't have 3 kids, or whatever excuse you have, and I'm calling bull on all of it. You've got to rise above it. You got to start believing in yourself. You got to stop letting that crazy grandma or that 2nd grade teacher who got power trips of putting other people down, or the bully, the mom, the dad who, stop. Don't let them affect you anymore. Rise above this. Do what you want to do. Do what you love. You can make money doing anything. You just have to decide that you're worth it. And so I'm here to tell you that you are. I'm calling you out on your excuses, and it's time. Stop. Just make an action every day. I'm not saying quit your job. Calm down. Just start taking action to do something you truly love doing. And if you haven't figured that out yet, start taking an action to figure that out. And it's the stepping stone. And every day, take one action, and you're going to get far in time. But you just got to take that action step. So I'm calling you all out. Time to get moving. Time to stop letting that person take control of you and rise above it and be who you're meant here to be, and start evaluating what you think is okay, and don't let that be okay for you. And until next time, it's Erin of the Starters Club.